Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming today to the Society of Professional Journalists Cleveland State University chapter event for the panel. I want to let you know that the reason why we decided to put this together is to talk about convergence and how it will affect incoming and new journalists. We decided to get a panel of diversity together with new journalists and experienced journalists. First, we want to thank Dean Sedlak for coming today and being with us, as well as Dr. George Ray, the elect director of School of Communications. We also have our advisor, Anoop Kumar, with us today, and thank you so much for your support and assistance. On the panel, we have Deborah Adams Simmons, the editor of the Cleveland Plain Dealer. Next to her, we have Dale Amori, the deputy director of the Plain Dealer's photography department. We have Kenny Crumpton from Fox 8, and we have Nick Camino from WTAM 1100, and Daniel Wolf. He is the entrepreneur, editor, and creator of the NFA Authority. And we have our SPJ president, Laura De Alba, as the moderator today. Thank you so much and enjoy today. We're going to start with Daniel. Do your introduction, please.
I'm Daniel. I am, is this on? Hello, can you hear me? I'm Daniel. I'm a senior actually at CSU currently. I will be graduating in this December. Double major in digital media and journalism. And yeah, as Leona said, I am the founder of NationalFootballAuthority.com, which is a football destination covering all aspects of football, not so much high school. But I got my start 4 years ago here at Cleveland State, first as just a digital media major, and as the years progressed, I took one writing class, and after taking that writing class, I realized that I had an interest in writing, and my love of football kind of combined together, and things started progressing. I joined a site called BleachReport.com, which is like an amateur site for people that want to get into sports writing. That progressed over time into a full-time position that I had for 6 months last year. I actually oversaw all the NFL teams' content from all the featured columnists and assigned articles, made sure that things were edited properly. Pretty much was the editor for the NFL. Along with that, I created a little Browns website called dogscooper.net, which has a little following. It's kind of a thing on the side that I like to enjoy writing for. Then, as the years progressed still, I became the editor-in-chief of the Cleveland Stater last year. Oversaw the operations there, and this past January I launched NationalFootballAuthority.com, and within 3 months' time we are already partners with ESPN.com, and it's the first time I'm actually announcing this publicly, but I'm in talks with Yahoo.com to develop a partnership with them to feed content to their website. Pretty much without school in Cleveland State, especially Professor Kumar's great advising, I would not be where I am today, and I owe a tremendous amount of thanks and respect to him for his guidance. And just make sure you go and check out the website.
All right, I'll grab this mic, since I'm used to grabbing mics. I'm Nick Camino from WTAM 1100 in Cleveland, flagship station for the Indians, Browns, Cavaliers. I am the Indians beat reporter at WTAM, and my focus is obviously the Indians. I also, when the Indians are in their off season, do some stuff covering the Cavaliers. I host Browns postgame shows as well. My main focus, though, the Indians, in charge of all our on-air content for them, hosting postgame shows and the pregame show an hour before each game. When the team is home, I kind of right now, with them not doing so good the past couple of years, they've cut the travel But I don't know, maybe they're going to start doing they're going to start doing well right now with this start, so might be hitting the road again. But for now, though, I cover all the home games in the locker room afterwards, and really that's kind of it. Went to Cleveland State, still actually finishing up, and took the Stater class. I've been where everybody is here, so it's been a great experience so far. It's helped me tremendously. Knowing how to write definitely puts you ahead of the game in radio, that's for sure. So it's been fun, and I'm glad to be here.
Okay, I'm Kenny Crumpton from Fox 8 News. My little segment is called Kicking It with Kenny. For those of you who watch, thank you very much. Appreciate that because I need to eat, so thank you. I am the morning show feature reporter for Fox 8 News, have been for about 11 years. Prior to, I was a general assignment reporter at KJEO in Fresno, California. And then prior to that, I was a general assignment reporter in Wichita Falls, Texas. And before that, I graduated from Howard University with a major in broadcast journalism and a minor in political science. So I've been here for about 11 years, and I am my own producer and my own research team, and everything else associated with me is pretty much, I'm my own entity. I'm basically my own shop within Fox 8. And it's been a great run, and hopefully I'll be here for years to come. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Dale Amori, and I'm the Deputy Director of Photography, in charge of multimedia at the Plain Dealer. I came to the Plain Dealer in 1989, so I've been in Cleveland a long time. I was at the Cincinnati Post before that. And when I came to the Plain Dealer, I was a still photographer, and my degree is in photojournalism from Bowling Green. And so just to give you, my career, I guess, is a good kind of example of how things are changing. In about 2007, we started to get into multimedia, and we started to concentrate more on the web. And I started doing audio slideshows, and I think I had done that for maybe 18 months, and we went into video, and so we all got video cameras. And so one thing led to another, and now so we shoot a lot of video at the newspaper. A funny anecdote, and this really crystallizes kind of how this thing has changed. And they talk about convergence, but I remember when I was still on the street shooting pictures, I was trying to gather some audio for an audio slideshow. And I ran into a colleague that worked for a radio station. And I said, hey, what's the best kind of recorder? What kind of mics do you get? That kind of thing. And he was kind of giving me some advice. Then he pulls out a still camera and he says, hey, as a matter of fact, what kind of camera should I get? And so we are essentially all doing the same thing. And I think that's kind of a good example of where things are going. But so that's pretty much my story.
Good afternoon. I'm Deborah Adams Simmons, editor of the Plain Dealer. I was named editor of the paper in October. Prior to that, I spent 3 years as the paper's managing editor. And prior to that, I had been the editor and managing editor at the Akron Beacon Journal. I've also worked at newspapers in Virginia, Connecticut, Michigan. I spent 10 years at the Detroit Free Press. So that's my journalism background. I attended Syracuse University's Newhouse School of Public Communications and the College of Arts and Sciences, and so I have a degree in broadcast journalism as well as political science and English, and that's my academic background. I'm glad that Dale mentioned 2007 because that's the year that I went to the Plain Dealer and I said, hey, I think we really need to be doing more on the multimedia side, and the newspaper industry really began to evolve about 5 years ago. And so really that was the time when the dramatic shift began. And we started posting more stories online, and we identified the need to have more visuals online, both still photographs as well as video. And we'll talk more about how the industry has evolved. Certainly our distribution model has changed dramatically. However, our core journalistic values have not changed. Those continue to drive the work that we do. We continue to be committed to being accurate, to being fair, ideally to being first, and on the newspaper side, providing context and understanding. And so we really believe that our competitive advantage is the local expertise that we bring to the market. The Plain Dealer newsroom is about 250 people. While much smaller than it has been historically, still the largest news gathering organization in the state. And so we want to use that expertise to write about the strength of our schools, the quality of our businesses, the effectiveness of our elected leadership. We want to put a local lens on national and international issues, and so you might see that in our coverage of soldiers coming home. We want to really provide community stewardship and provide people with information that will help them make thoughtful decisions about who to vote for to represent them. And then we also want to celebrate the community's successes and mourn its losses. And here we might talk about the Browns or even the season the Indians are having so far this year. And so those are really the priorities that drive us. Certainly in recent years, how we distribute that information has taken center stage. And so 5 years ago, there may have been some resistance to putting information online because, you know, maybe we didn't want to get beat or show our hand before the paper came out the next day. Now, 99% of our coverage goes up on the web really immediately after we have that information verified. So we'll talk more about how the industry has evolved, but that's a synopsis of how I came to be in Cleveland and what our priorities are at the Plain Dealer right now.